Hi, I am Kate Knapp, the painter whose work is exhibited at Jessie Edwards Gallery on Block Island and has been for the past approximately 25 years. I've been very fortunate to be there. We are doing this video because there's not going to be an opening this year for very obvious reasons. And I was thinking about doing this video. It's about words. And of course, if you think about it, an artist paints because a picture is worth 1,000 words. So I'm starting out with the idea that this isn't really my genre, but I'll do the best I can. I'm sitting on my porch of my parents' house, which we've been living in for the past 60 years in the summers. And I'm actually looking at a spectacular view of the ocean. I'm going to take this opportunity to show you what I'm looking at as I'm speaking to you here at our humble farmhouse on the west side. So I don't know if you can see the view. Maybe it's too bright right now, but this is our vista. But when I came here, I was about 10 years old, and I've been a full-time artist for about 53 years. And Block Island was one of my first real inspirations to become a painter, because when I got here, I saw something that I had never seen growing up on the shore in Connecticut, which was great open spaces of sky and water and beautiful, simple architectural buildings, and the intense light that happens when you have that much reflection from the water and the sky. And I really fell in love. I fell in love with Block Island. So for me, painting became a way that I could spend more time with something that I loved. And it was a way that I could connect with something that I loved and get to know it better. And I trained in the Impressionist school. I went to the Cape School of Art in Provincetown in the late 60s and 70s, when everybody else was studying abstract expressionism. I was learning how to paint light and color. And it really served me well, because as it turned out, I really love exactly what I'm looking at. And that is what I want to do, is paint what I'm looking at. And here on Block Island, over the past 50 plus years of painting, I have had the opportunity to, as I say, make love to the things that I see with my paintbrush and my canvas, my easel. The work that's being showed this year are some wonderful studies of familiar small houses that I think are very charming in their environment, and a study of the bluffs that I've never done that particular vantage point from at one of my friend's properties on the east side. This year I actually trekked up Mansion Beach up towards the Pots and Kettles, because I had seen a particular view one day as I was walking, and I thought, this is really what I want to paint. And I came back one morning, one nice windy morning, where I stood there as the waves were breaking and the tide was coming in and the wind was blowing my canvas. And that was very challenging, but it's just nothing but wonderful to me. It's just complete bliss for me to be standing there and painting. And the most important thing for me, painting on the island, is listening to the bird song and smelling the sea, smelling the air that's blowing across the sea, and feeling this wonderful feeling that we all get here on the island, that I have never found another place that I feel this way about. So the body of work that's there, each one of them is just a little small vignette of something that I fell in love with. My husband paints down, or he goes fishing down at the Cut, and I followed him one afternoon, and set up my easel, and that's a beautiful vantage point to paint from, and particularly off season, which is I paint in the spring and I paint in the fall, because it's very difficult for me to set up my easel if there are a lot of people around. I really couldn't handle it at all. So I have to have some alone time with my subject. I also tackled some wonderful stone walls over on the west side this year, which I've been looking at for 60 years. And I finally went after that and had a wonderful day studying those. I mean, I call every painting a study, because basically when I start a painting, I have no idea what I'm about to do. I'm just going to look at something and I'm going to try to figure out what the colors are, and I'm going to figure out what the composition is, and I'm going to learn something. So I am so grateful to Jessie Edwards for having a gallery and for allowing me to show my work there for all these years, and she does a spectacular job. And it's just an amazing opportunity for all of you who love the island to come in and see what all of the artists have done to try to share their love and their experience with you, which is what I do.